Racing Nation on Sports Tonight Live. We're now going to focus our attentions on day one of Cheltenham. If you're watching the recording of this on Monday night, where have you been? But we are live every night, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, looking back on the day's action and also looking to it ahead to the day's action as well. But this afternoon, we are for the next 90 minutes going to be covering all the major races on day one. We're all looking forward to Cheltenham, all gearing up, lads, to it.
Absolutely, yeah. Excited.
And the only thing probably is that the jump season is always focused a bit too much on Cheltenham, but that's a subject for another day. Just before we go over to Sam for your Cheltenham selections for day one, just to let you know we've got a couple of offers on our website. We've got the new one at 8 to 1, that's for new people sign-ups for Paddy Power, and also Quevega and Sire De Grugy as well, 12 to 1. But let's get over to Sam.
Let's crack on. Guys, thank you for your tweets in for the first part of the show. It's great to have so many in. We've had a few of you tweeting in your favourite festival memories. Plenty of people. A Betting Man says Denman destroying Quarto Star when he was fully fit with no heart problems. I remember that was a very, very epic race, and I completely agree. I was a massive fan of both horses, and either time they clashed, it was always good entertainment. As for your Tuesday pick specifically, Dave Collins, he's going against me because I'm a massive Champagne Fever fan, as regular viewers will know. He thinks Trifolium, the new one, Quevega, and he's also interested in Doyley Cart each way. That's quite an interesting selection. Not for me, but fair enough. At least he's picking something a bit original. I've also got Nick Palfrey, who's tweeted in to say he's actually going to dodge the Supreme. He doesn't like that race. He thinks it's a bit too awkward. He's gone for My Tent or Yours in the Champion, Cockney Sparrow in the Mares, and he's also liking Trifolium in the Arkle. So no one's supporting me with Champagne Fever. I'm obviously wrong. I'll pass you back over to the panel to start the discussions.
And that very much reminds me that I put up on Twitter that I'll be forfeiting if Can Fly wins, or if Sam gets up his Champagne Fever in any race. He's got 5 to 1. But we'll talk about the Arkle a bit later on. We are going to talk about the OLBG Mares Hurdle on the Tuesday. And Quevega, obviously, the star of the show, going for the 6th time. I'm hoping that we've got Dean Goddard on the phone from OLBG. Good afternoon, Dean. Hello, Dean. Okay, we can carry on talking about the mares. Obviously, he is on the line. Right, okay, Dean, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, Dean. You've got
you've got me.
Yeah, you're still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, yeah. I'm at home today, I'm not at the races.
Right, OK. Well, obviously you've got the privilege of working for OLBG, and obviously they sponsor the Mares Hurdle. You've also been able to speak to 1 or 2 trainers during the course of the week as well. I mean, obviously Quevega is the star of the show, isn't she?
Oh, she is indeed, yeah. I mean, you know, you don't have to be any sort of judge to realise if she turns up in sort of A1 nick, she's going to win the race, but she's 10 years old, you know, she's a mare. Anything can happen. We've not seen her for almost a year, so, you know, it shouldn't be taken for granted. But obviously, you know, if she turns up in A1 condition, you know, she's unopposable, and the trainers, most of them that I'm speaking to, are telling me, you know, they're sort of pretty much going there hoping for a place, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, let's hope, I hope she does it on one, you know, because if it's 6 times in a row, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it, to break that record of Golden Millers from the 1930s. That'd be one hell of a story, wouldn't it? Yeah, and
OLBG have obviously do quite a lot of these mares races, and you had Annie Power at Doncaster earlier on in the season. I suppose that was a great day because Annie Power, you wasn't too sure whether she was going to go to the mares until quite recently, but that time at Doncaster was pretty good for you as well, I guess.
Yeah, we sponsor 7 races for mares through the season, so it's growing rapidly, yeah. And, there's a few in there up against Quevega that have got half a chance if she underperforms on the day. Cockney Sparrow's no mug. I mean, that was only 3 lengths behind My Tent or Yours in the fight in 5th, and AP's been booked for her. So, and the French mare that run Quevega close last year, you know, she's meant to be coming over again. So it's shaping up into a fair race.
Is it fair to say the connections of Cockney Sparrow were the most optimistic of the ones you spoke to, that thought that they could get close to Quevega?
That's correct, yeah. Sorry, I spoke to John Quinn in the week, and he was pretty much the only one not talking as though they're just going there for a place. I mean, he said she'd scored really well recently, that the fall, you know, had no impact on her at all. It was just one of those things. He's confident she'll stay because she's never run this far before. Obviously, they've gone and got AP on board as well. And he was quite bullish, to be honest with you. While we're talking about, betting and stuff like that, Doily Cart's another one I want to give a mention to, because the ground's really come right for her. She loves a bit of sun on her back. Anything you've seen from her this year, disregard. Donald McCain told me the other day, she's just desperate for this ground. It's been too soft all season. She's a far better mare than what she's shown so far this year, and a couple of the bookies are even betting without Quevega, and you can get 14 to 1 on her for that. So I think Doily Cart will run a fair race as well.
And obviously Harry Fry has Highland Retreat. We saw her win earlier on in the season as well. What did Harry have to say?
Yeah, she's well, obviously, but I get the impression the trip, especially with this ground, 2 mile 4 on goodish ground, it's going to be a bit short for her. And I do remember before Ascot, when she won, he literally said this was her Gold Cup. She was trained to the minute for that day. So I'm not saying he can't get her back, blossoming again in March, but, that was her race. And this is, I think, a little bit of an afterthought. If she nicks a place, fair enough. But 2 mile 4 on good ground, I can't see her putting it up to the first couple home, to be honest. And
on that day, obviously, when the Mayor's Hurdle's over, the OLBG party will start before or after?
It's going to start Tuesday morning.
Okay.
But some of us have to work harder than others, so I'll have to keep relatively sober until at least the race ends. But no, it's going to be a fantastic day. I mean, I remember the atmosphere last year when she won it for the 5th time. That was amazing. If she does it a 6-year running, I mean, it's an old cliche about take the roof off the stand, but I think that might actually happen if she wins this year.
And it's quite surprising with all the wet weather that we've had that there may not be many people wearing your scarves on Tuesday, because it might be a really hot, quite nice spring day. Yeah, well, if they don't wear their scarves, they're not coming in the box and getting free champagne. So. Oh, right. Well, I'm sure there's one here that's better get his scarf out then. Yeah. Has Billy got his on, has he? No, not at the moment. He's got a multicoloured tie on, which is non-descriptive. Before you go, Dean, obviously your focus is on the Mayor's Hurdle, but is there any one bet of Cheltenham that you're looking forward to? Is there any one standout for you while we've got you on the phone that you're looking forward to having a bet on? I like a horse in the RSA, and I've been to a few of these preview shows over the last week, and nobody mentions it at all, which I'm really surprised about. But I really like Rebecca Curtis's O'Failing's Boy. It's been marked down to me as a chaser since last year when it ran 4th in the Albert Bartlett, and it disappointed second time out, I think it was at Haydock, but I was really impressed with it at Ascot. They've made sort of excuses for the front two, that they went off too fast. But O'Failing's Boy jumped really well. I don't think it's the greatest RSA I've seen in a few years, and I think he's still available at around 16 to 1. That's my best bet of the week, O'Failing's Boy. Okay, all right. Well, thanks very much in time for your time, Dean. Have a good week at Cheltenham, and especially have a good Mayor's Hurdle. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Cheers. All the best. Obviously on the Mayor's Hurdle, it's probably the least competitive of the races we're going to speak about because of very much Quevega's record. I mean, where do you guys sit on that? Do you think there's any potential for her to get beat?
It's hard for me because they've been lucky enough to be involved with OLBG. Obviously, the 6th win is so important to them as a sponsor, and as Dean said, I mean, it'll be absolutely amazing. If you look at Ruby's face when he won the 5th, his smile was just as big as when he won on Hurricane Fly. And it's just, she looked beat as well coming from the turn. She absolutely looked beat. So it's very hard for me to be objective, to be honest. I've got to be cheering for all the way. Any hope that Cockney Sparrow or... Yeah, no, I've got Cockney Sparrow. My money is definitely on Cockney Sparrow. All the facts... Is that why you're wearing that shirt? You like it? As a bet. But no, what Dean was saying, with Cockney Sparrow, obviously she fell at Doncaster last time we saw her. It is unknown territory as well. Is she going to stay? But I think for Dean... Is it fair to say, though, Dolly Cart would have beaten Cockney Sparrow irrelevant of the fact that Cockney Sparrow fell over? Well... Yeah, no. Do you know what I mean? It's like you say stuff like that, but you don't know unless like all the horses stay, all the horses finish and stuff. But for John Quinn to say to Dean that he's full of confidence, they're going there to win, and most important, what has sold it to me is that McCoy's booked to take the ride. McCoy on board. What more can you say?
But he couldn't ride Quevega, could he? Oh, he probably wouldn't ride for Donny McCain either. So, Will?
It's not a value betting race, obviously, unless you're a big punter into Quevega. But
well, he's a big punter into Cockney Sparrow. He's going to be a man on the day and go Cockney Sparrow. Big bet.
I don't see where the value is with Cockney Sparrow whatsoever. Cockney Sparrow is in unknown territory stamina-wise, and you can back her at 7-1, or you can back the horse that would have probably beaten her at Doncaster last time out off exactly the same figures at 20-1. I'd much rather be on Doyley Carter for 2, but that's just personal opinion.
So you're going to have a little match bet between the two of you then?
Might do.
Yeah.
I thought one that could go well at a little bit of the price was Down Ace for Fergal O'Brien's, who impressed me when I was at Taunton for a listed novice mares race there. Over Christmas time, and Down Ace is still unbeaten over hurdles and could run a race at a decent price, about 14-16 That's Down Ace each way.
Let's get over to Sam in Twitter Corner. We're having some more selections on day one. Let's go over to Sam.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to highlight to you guys, especially on the panel, is we're saying there's no value. If you don't like lumping on to short things like Quevega, look at the without market. Let's just run through some of the prices. So Cockney Sparrow for Bobby, 4-1. Without. So if he's that convinced he's going to get second, have a little play there, maybe potentially. You've also got some of the others. We've mentioned Doyley Cart at 12s and 14s in that without market. So potentially a little different angle for value there. Keep your selections coming in. I appreciate the mares probably isn't competitive enough to get your juices flowing, but we're going to be looking at the Supreme and we're going to be looking at the Champion Hurdle as well. Lots of you have got very strong views on those races. I know we've covered them before, but it's time to get your voices heard. And keep those best memories of Cheltenham coming in as well. We've had the Fly Army tweet saying that Best Mates Gold Cup was one of their particular highlights, and I've also had Mark who's tweeted in about Quarto Star, what a fantastic chaser he was, and those Gold Cups were just magical moments. I'll pass you back over to the panel.
And indeed, it is a magical week, isn't it? Tuesday through, I mean, it's a day extra actually now than when I remember when I was younger. That was some years ago. So let's just wrap up this Mares Hurdle selection.
Down Ace each way at a price, but I would love Quevega to win, obviously.
You're going for Cockney Sparrow?
Cockney Sparrow, remember people, McCoy's on board, that's all I'm going to say.
I say both. I'm going to be on Quevega's side, but I do think if I was doing each way, Cockney Sparrow would be the one, the danger. And
it's quite value at 8. You say it's not, but you think Doyley Cart is more of an each way value?
Cart's better value than Cockney Sparrow relative. Compared to Doyley Cart would have probably beaten Cockney Sparrow at Donny last time.
Okay.
And get over double the price.
Well, just get ready for some tweets on Tuesday night, won't you, from me?
Well, keep those tweets coming in. Who do you agree with? Do you agree with Will, or do you agree with Bobby? Keep those tweets coming in. After this very short break, we're going to be talking about the Supreme Novice Hurdle, something that I've actually changed my mind on since I looked at the repeats of the races, and I'll give you my opinion. The team will give theirs after this very short break.